The Comfort Zone with Ray Comfort. Thought-provoking. Informative. Engaging. Are you ready to be inspired and equipped? And now, The Comfort Zone with Ray Comfort.
Thank you, my adoring fans. Thank you so much. Yes, friends, we do have an audience back in after we scared away the last one. Hopefully that won't happen today. You know, Ray, I was thinking earlier that once in a while, in the course of one's lifetime, one comes across something that one does not know what one should do with. And that's the case with this video. And we show you this video for only one reason, and that is to warn you to stay as far away as possible from these insane individuals. Let's go ahead and roll it.
I don't know about this house. This is that weird neighbor. It'll be fine. Trick or treat!
Well, hello, children! Look at you, what an outstanding hairstyle! And look at that beard, it looks so real! And look at you, where in the world have you been? I've been looking for you everywhere! Boy, do I have some candy for you! Boy, am I in a generous mood! Oops, I'm all out! But boy, do I have something else for you! Which one looks longer, orange or black?
Orange.
How about now, orange or black? There you go! Oops, I'm all out! See you next year!
That was scary.
Obviously, you're being a little silly, having a little fun, but this is a serious time. This is an opportunity to reach multitudes with the gospel. Kids and teenagers are going to come to your door. Now, while we don't rejoice on Halloween, it's a wonderful opportunity to get the gospel into the hands of strangers. So make sure you pick up your black and orange Curved Illusion Halloween track with modified text for children and teenagers from livingwaters.com.
Who was that nut at the door?
I have no idea.
That was scary. I was afraid for the neighbors.
Call the insane asylum if you see
Yeah.
those guys out and about.
Wow.
You know, I think I got the best compliment I've ever gotten in my life. They showed this at the church the other day to the youth group, and someone said that I sounded like a dolphin with messed up vocal cords. Nailed it.
Yeah.
I can't even duplicate that. Mark Spence, where have you been, Waldo?
Whoever said that nailed it, because that is exactly what I've been saying for years.
Oh, man.
About the looks, now we have the audio that comes along with it.
Boy, what fun we had,
It was
really.
we had a lot of laughter.
We really did. And it was hard for us to keep filming at times because we were laughing so hard. But as Ray said, friends, there's a serious point to all that, and that is getting the gospel out. Ray, you've been doing this for years now at your house on Halloween night.
Oh, yeah, absolutely loving it. For the first 50 years we're here, well, 5 or 6 years we're here. We hated Halloween because we hate the whole darkness of it. It was such a culture shock to come from New Zealand, which was very isolated, the United States, where you walk into a Walmart or a Kmart and see demonic stuff.
Right.
It was just like, what is going on? And so we used to turn the lights out and go to bed early. And one day I thought, hang on, people are coming to our door.
Right.
And so we opened it, and there were humans. And so we gave these humans some gospel tracts, and I think the first night gave over 100 gospel tracts to
Amazing.
people who came to our door. Because, you know,
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan on going to knock on other people's doors
Right.
because of things that have happened in the past.
Yes.
But it was just wonderful. So we do it each year, and we're very excited. It's the most evangelistic night of the year. That'd make
Yeah.
a good song.
Oh, I like that. We should get one written today.
Ray,
by
you've
our
got us
friends.
curious now. What happened in the past with knocking on the doors?
Yeah, I
Can't just leave us with that.
knocked on the door first time I ever did it and said to the lady, hello, I'm not a Jehovah's Witness. And she said, well, I am. And I didn't really know what to say. I said, okay, bye.
Foot and mouth. That's
It
for
was
sure.
foot and mouth.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you know, honestly, we as Christians talk often about how it's so terrifying to walk up to strangers. But on that night, you have people coming to you at your door, and you have the opportunity to reach them. And Mark, we've talked before about some of the things you've done in your neighborhood. You want to highlight that a little bit?
Yeah, well, we'll go trick-or-treating and knocking on people's doors. Instead of asking for candy, we'll give them something. We'll give them a treat. We'll give them a track or a DVD, something of that sort. We do that at Christmas time as well. We'll go Christmas caroling from door to door, and we'll give a DVD, maybe our latest DVD, evangelistic DVD, obviously. And people absolutely love it. So we'll do it again this year, and we'll see what happens.
Do you dress up or just go as you are?
He doesn't need
That's
to.
pretty scary. So what do you I would like to dress up as John the Baptist and give him a little sermon while you're at the door.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be cool.
We've eaten locusts.
Throw some locusts at him.
Yeah, put some
them with
honey on
honey.
the doorstep, stick around.
That would be cool. Yeah, so as we were saying, we took the traditional curved illusion, the red and blue, and we modified the text for children. Now, we've had a number of you in the past tell us, about some of the things in there, the adultery commandment, the rip your eyeball out, that weren't too fitting for kids. So we've modified it, and we have commandments in there still, of course, using the law, but they're more fitting for children and for teenagers. So pick those up, the orange and black curved illusion.
Black and orange.
Orange and black, black and orange, curved illusion. Make sure to get the order right. And you can get them through livingwaters.com, so make sure to check those out. All right, on to some exciting news. This is from CNN. A new video billboard in New York Times Square has a message from Creationists to all of our atheist friends. Thank you. Thank God you're wrong. Ken Ham, president of Answers in Genesis, said the idea for the advertisements came from an atheist billboard in Times Square at Christmas. During the holidays, the American atheists put up a billboard with images of Santa Claus and Jesus that read, "Keep the merry, dump the myth." The Bible says to contend for the faith, Ham said. We thought we should come up with something that would make a statement in the culture, a bold statement, and direct them to our website. Check that out. Now, Ray, we were corresponding with Ken the other day, and he was telling us about how well this has been going for them.
It's wonderful. We're doing much more with Answers in Genesis. I love that ministry. I love
Absolutely.
Ken Ham, and I'd like to link up with him. And Comfort and Ham sounds like a nice motel with a good breakfast.
I love that.
Yeah.
Comfort and Ham, bed and breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah, the atheists got upset that Ken had said our atheist friends, they don't like the thought of being friends. But it takes me back to when I used to preach in the square in Christchurch, New Zealand. The wizard who was my enemy.
Right.
I thought if Jesus could call Judas friend as he betrayed him with a kiss, I can call anyone my friend. Right. And if it's not mutual, it's my loss.
Yeah.
So it's good to call people friends. So our atheist friends, we love you, atheists.
Yeah.
Keep watching.
And Mark, isn't it interesting how the atheists do this, but as soon as a Christian does it with a Christian billboard, they get all up in arms? I mean, what do you think about that? And what more can we do to keep reaching out to them?
Hypocrisy. But no, here's the thing. Atheists will never be hypocrites. Let me tell you why. It's because they don't have a standard. When there is no standard, then you can never toe the line. You can never step over it. I remember John Corson once on a airplane once, and he was sitting next to a very well-known journalist. He said, those Christians, they're such hypocrites. Besides saying, well, Jesus never said to follow my people. He said to follow me. I understand that there could be qualms and mistakes and issues that you might have with the people. But let me ask you this. Would Britney Spears ever be considered a hypocrite? Would Eminem ever be considered a hypocrite? Well, no. Why not? Because they don't have a standard to live by.
Right.
And when there is no standard, then you can never be considered a hypocrite. But here's the thing, bringing it back to the issue here, we look at the billboards, and what was the one that the atheists have here? Keep the merry, dump the myth. At Christmas time, right? Keep the merry, dump the myth. I looked up the word merry today. It just simply means cheerful, lively, and carefree. I guess you could live carefree if you don't care about anything. If you don't have any standards saying something is right or wrong, good or bad, sacred or sacrilegious, well then, hey, there is nothing wrong with what you do. What if it was okay for me to go and bash 7-year-olds' heads in for fun over in the Darfur region of Africa? And I'm now able to be and live carefree. Would that be okay? If I'm able to hold on to the merry and get rid of the Christmas, get rid of our standard, well, then there is nothing wrong with what I do. Remember Judges 17:6. It says, when there was no king, no leader, no ruler in Israel, every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
Right.
And really, that's what we've succumbed to as a culture. We're getting to the place where we don't want anybody to tell us what is right and wrong. I don't know if you guys have kind of followed the school systems here. We homeschool, right? But inside the public school systems, there's this thing called fuzzy math. where there is no right or wrong answer to the problem. We just want to know how you came to your answer, and then that's okay. Right. And then not to mention, finally, lastly, inside the state of California here, come January 1st, if you're a male and you're questioning your sexual identity, you're allowed to go inside of a female restroom or a locker room, and nobody will stop you and nobody will question you.
Unbelievable.
That is what our society comes to when you grab a hold of a standard, you put it on the shelf, and you say, hey, let everybody decide for themselves. But I find it very hypocritical for the atheists to come out and say, you shouldn't be posting those sort of signs. Okay, but you guys are allowed to? I mean, it's not even like we're ragging on them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We want them to come to the truth, obviously.
I want to see more of those signs.
Yeah, absolutely. I would love it all across the country. So yeah, support our friends at Answers in Genesis. Go to their website and look at how you can be a part of that. And you know, we're always talking about how, again, atheists and those who throw off the reality of God's existence, even though they know it's a reality, but they suppress the truth and unrighteousness, cannot live consistently with their own worldview.
Right.
You know, and as I've said it before, when we look at what's going on in our nation, what Mark just cited, seriously telling kids they can choose their gender that day and kind of go into whatever bathroom they want. Like I've said time and again, it's like adults playing makeup or playing make-believe and dress up, you know, and it's a travesty. So there you have it, friends. And now we want to switch gears a bit, and we want to show you an extremely boring and uninteresting video. So if we have it queued, let's go ahead and roll this. I can't even believe we're showing this.
Why are we showing this?
I have no idea. Let's roll it.
And there's this young man, he really likes, he really respects me a lot. And I'm just concerned because, I mean, he is amazing. He's like Solomon / Samson with short hair and no concubines. But I'm just concerned because he's showing me a lot of attention, and I just don't want him to get hurt, you know?
Yeah, I hear you, bro. I have my own struggles. Like, right now, there's this girl who obviously has a major desire for me to be her better half. I just don't want to defraud her, you know?
I mean, I respect him for having a hankering for such a godly young woman as myself, but that doesn't mean I have to marry him, you know?
But there's only so much you can do when you have a temple like this, right?
It's just really been a burden.
I mean, it's nice to have a girl like you, right? I mean, and aesthetically, I mean, she would put Job's daughters to shame.
But something really neat about him and how he's doing this is that he's just really careful not to like anything I post on Facebook because he cares so much about my heart that he doesn't want to defraud me. And I can just sense his prayers for me every day. He's just getting rather obvious.
But it's awkward, because every time I take a quick glance over at her, she's looking at me.
In fact, during prayer meeting, I just glanced up at him to see how fervent he was being, and he was staring at me. I mean, I know I'm not ugly, but during prayer time, I'm considering getting a face covering just because I don't want to be a distraction.
Even at prayer meeting, we were praying, and I thought I heard a door open, and I looked to see who it was, and I'm in her direction, and I look and she's gawking at me. It's gawking.
And he's always trying to communicate to me through his Facebook statuses. I mean, the other night, his status was, "So excited about supper," and he totally knows that I'm such a foodie.
I just don't want her to get the wrong idea, right?
He almost always wears one of my favorite 7 colors whenever I see him.
She followed me on Twitter.
He followed me on Instagram.
She brought me the biggest piece of cake.
He sat next to me during 4 on a couch.
She literally stood right behind me in the potluck line.
He purposely let me have the last piece of lasagna at potluck.
She picked me first for her soccer team.
I'm just really concerned about how much
she likes me.
There you have it, friends. Oh, that is too cool. Oh, that was the Jost family that you just saw there. Oh, I would love to meet them someday. In fact, there's some group here that looks kind of like them. Let's go over to them. Yeah, there they are again.
Speech! More!
Wait a minute. One looks strangely like Mark Spence. Oh, boy. Evolution. It's evolution.
It's funny. He's wearing shorts.
Oh, man.
Did you see he's wearing shorts?
Yes. Shame on you, Mark. Well, there you have it, friends. That is the Jost family. And what a delight it is to have them here. My family has been a huge a fan of theirs for a long time, watching their videos, and they are traveling throughout the U.S. right now, and they're going to churches and doing musical performances, and as you see there, they do videos and so forth. And we have the patriarch of the Jost family here with us, Dale Jost.
Good to be here.
Dale.
Cheers.
So now, Dale, let me ask you, your family's been doing music together for a long time, and you travel, I'm sure, through Canada and through the U.S. as well at different times. I know you guys have been here before. What was it that motivated you to go into this realm in the Christian world?
Well, you know, about 7 years ago, we actually reread the little book, The Prayer of Jabez, and that actually ignited a new passion in us to really be used by God. I think God's children are often noted for asking, give me rather than use me. And so we, as individuals and families, really ask God to increase His influence, His love, His power through us. And God has begun to amazingly answer that prayer in individuals in our family, and even through these Josty flicks and in our musical tours as well.
I've got a spontaneous question here.
Sure.
What are truths that have driven your family?
Oh, you know, I feel like the straight man here among the comedians here. But, you know, God has been so real to our family. We have tasted to see how good God is. And it is just our passion to share that goodness with others. And we have seen so many answers to prayer, and so our motto really is to know this amazing God more, and then to make Him known. And it's amazing what God has done in and through the individuals of our family. There's so many different giftings, and so we're just enjoying this opportunity to, you know, we realize that God exists, but we also are understanding that He is not only exists, but He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him.
Right.
And so.
Yeah, you know, in fact, that's one of my favorite verses. He who comes to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of those who diligently seek Him. You know, and understanding that God moves in the lives of those who come after Him. I think oftentimes there's this misconception in the lives of God's people that God is as equally, you know, drawn to each of His children and works equally on behalf of all of them. What is true is that God loves all of His children equally, and that He desires to be as close to each of His children, but those who diligently seek Him are the ones that are rewarded. And, you know, he draws near to them. Draw near to God, and He will draw near to you, as Scripture says. And, you know, Del, one of the things that has always amazed me about your family is the fact that you guys deliver such strong spiritual truth, and yet can do it with a laugh. You know, you bring humor to it. So I guess there's a lot of laughter going on at the Jost household, to say the least.
That's true. You know, they say the family that prays together stays together, but also the family that plays together stays together as well. And we do have a lot of laughter together, and I know you guys have a lot of laughter here, obviously. So it's a good medicine. You
know, laughter is such a great key to a good marriage. I read something that's really some advice to give to wives, because I've been married for so long. Listen to this. I read it recently. It's great. If a man says he'll fix something, he will fix it. You don't need to bring it up every 6 months.
It's so true. Oh, man. Well, Dale, traveling together as a family band, I'm sure, like everyone, you face different challenges along the road, probably some real unique ones. Yes, Ray, you're looking at me. Are you going to say something?
No.
Oh. So, as I was saying, Dale, what are some of those challenges, and how do you guys deal with it?
Okay, well, we do have 11 that we travel with. We actually, Lisa and I had 11 children.
Wow.
And 9 are traveling with us, and with Lisa and I, that's 11. We travel in a 15-passenger van. Wow. And we put a lot of miles on. Last year we went to the Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Gulf of Mexico, several thousand miles. I'm actually starting to call our family band the Van Trapped Family Singers. And
that's actually funny.
I thought you might like that.
I give permission for people to laugh at that.
But no, you can imagine that after all those miles, you know, usually they're holding hands and singing songs all along the way. But no, that's not the case. We definitely have. arguments and contentions and just, all the things, are we there yet? And all those kind of things. But God is also working into our lives just a real love for people. We've seen the fruit and heard some of the feedback of what a family, our desire and passion really is to be an encouragement to other families, because there's so many families out there that are hurting, that are fragmented, and we just want to offer them hope and vision and just share this goodness and the faithfulness of the Lord that we've experienced so much.
Yeah, that's what I'm continually asking God, are we there yet?
Right.
Come quickly, Lord, this place is a mess. So what message do you want to communicate as a family when you do your concerts?
Well, as I said, our passion is to encourage other families, and so our songs actually have a lot of different messages in them. One thing unique about our family band is my wife writes our music, so it's all original music, and it becomes kind of more of maybe a life message from our family. It's really cool. It's kind of like being married to Fanny Crosby with a folk flavor, maybe a country.
Right.
But anyways, there's songs about overcoming bitterness with forgiveness, how about the importance of daddies capturing and winning their children's hearts. Just letting the Lord fill your cup with His joy and satisfaction, and we do a lot of bantering on the stage. There's lots of humor. We think humor and joy is a really important part of communicating His truths. And a lot of times people say, what blessed us most is just seeing a family work together in harmony and enjoy, and it's just a rare thing these days. Yeah. But so our passion really is to give families, and especially younger families, a hope. And a vision for what God could do through them. Because unless, He builds our house, we labor in vain.
Absolutely.
For those atheists that are watching, Fanny Crosby isn't Bing Crosby's wife, but a lady that wrote a lot of hymns.
There we go.
We must educate from time to time on this program.
That's right.
Dale, we got a question here in our chat room. It says, where are they going next? Are they coming to the East Coast? How much do they charge to hear them?
Okay, well, we have never charged for our concerts. We just go just about wherever we're invited, although we try and work it into a tour, and we just suggest a free will offering. And so we've sung to big groups and little groups. We've sang in all sorts of different situations. Just the other night, we had a garage band. We sang in a garage. It was supposed to be an outdoor picnic, but the weather was raining, so we just had a great time. I did an unplugged concert in a garage, so we're very flexible, and so. Do
you have any tours planned other than the one you're doing now that are on the agenda?
Yes, actually, this next spring, we're hoping to go down to San Antonio for the Christian Film Festival again, and
wonderful.
Then we'll carry on. We're hoping to go all the way to the East Coast and maybe even dip into Florida, and then make just a big loop around the East Coast and then back through the Midwest and back home.
Oh, that's great, Dale.
Wow.
Well, obviously, we've seen a sample of the type of videos you guys do and heard about your traveling and doing music. So tell people where they can hear more about that, where they can see your videos and get in touch with you guys.
All right. Well, thank you. Our website for our family band is joesties.com. And then if you want to check out some of these Joesty flicks, it's just joestyflicks.com. And I think they have probably about 50 or so online.
Wow.
So
wonderful. Yeah, strongly encourage you guys to see them. Dale, thank you so much for coming out today and bringing your whole family. It truly is a delight. All right, friends, now we're going to talk about something extremely exciting. You all know that evangelism, oh no, I did it again.
What?
Evolution versus God. I haven't
You're
done
a
that in
creature of
ages.
habit.
Okay, evolution versus God. Friends, the video that we produced that has been used by God, by His grace, for His glory now. We've got over 200,000 DVDs that are out there through sales. And we are getting close to 1 million views on
I can't wait
Facebook.
For the million.
Yeah, it's getting really exciting. Well, an exciting turn of events is a group of friends of ours from the UK went to Oxford University and actually did a distribution there. And why is Oxford exciting, Ray,
because
in particular?
it's Richard Dawkins, my friends, stomping around.
Right, and thank God Richard Dawkins is wrong. But we want you to check out this video of our friends going out to Oxford and giving the DVDs out. Let's roll it.
So we traveled over 100 miles to give out 1,000 DVDs, but we're ready to go, and we pray that God will lead us to the right people to give them these DVDs. Are you ready?
We're ready.
Okay, let's go.
It's hard to put into words what a joy it is for us to see our brother John Harris and his team going out and doing that. And you know, Mark, you did the bulk of the editing on Evolution versus God, sitting in your office for hours on end, days on end, weeks on end, months on end. What a joy is it for you to be able to see that going all across the world now?
Well, the DVD actually evolved. We had nothing to do with it. Spontaneously happened. Boy, it sure is neat to see that. To see, here's the thing. We want God to enlarge our territory. We want to be used, right?
Right.
But there's something that we can actually do. We can kind of move forward. God can guide us with his eye. He can direct us. So if we want to be used by God, we have to step out of our comfort zone. And if we want to see the fruit, we have to go to the edge of the limb of the tree in order to see where the fruit is hanging down. So yeah, you know, I want to encourage you. Grab a hold of a handful of DVDs or tracks, hit the local mall or the church that you go to, wherever you go to, and hand those things out. You'll see, be amazed what can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Remember, you can get those for a set of 10 for $20. So make sure to do that. And our whole aim and purpose is to get these into the hands of the lost. And we're constantly getting testimonies of how God is even still using 180 and Genius and so forth. So make sure to get with it and do that, friends. Remember, we've brought you into this comfort zone to get you out of your comfort zone. So get out there and preach the gospel.
With questions about the comfort zone with Great Comfort, or to submit questions for future shows, please email us at email@tczlive.com. That's email@tczlive.com. The Comfort Zone is an outreach of Living Waters. For more resources to inspire and equip you to fulfill the Great Commission, check out livingwaters.com or call toll-free 1-800-437-1893. Now go and preach the gospel.
Hi, I'm Ray Comfort. I can't tell you how pleased I am that Master Books published The Defender's Guide to Life's Toughest Questions. This is because anyone can become a Richard Dawkins clone instantly by cutting and pasting off the internet and come up with a stack of questions to confound the average Christian. Questions like,
if God exists, why didn't he kill Adolf Hitler before he killed 6 million Jews?
Evolution scientifically disproves the Bible.
So why does the Bible condone slavery?
This book will give you the answers and show you that the rock upon which Christianity is built is more solid than the rock of Gibraltar.